Right, today we're going to touch on a little bit on the Pro Fisha range of kayaks. If you follow our YouTube channel, you know there is an original video from back when we designed the first Pro Fisha. The original Pro Fisha range obviously only constituted of two kayaks. It was a 475 and then there was the 575. So now, as you can see, the range expanded probably about 2 years after we did that video to three kayaks in the Pro Fisha range, which is the 475, the 525 and the 575. Obviously the numbers stand for their length. So shortest one in the Pro Fisha range is the 475. Then we got the middle one, which is the 525. Then we got the long baby, which is the 575. Okay. I won't touch on too much on the technical side of the Pro Fisha range. That you can obviously watch in the old Pro Fisha video. But I'll touch on more on the features, how they've evolved now. So if we look at a kayak like the 575, everything you see on the 575 is standard across the range. So whatever we have on the 575, we have on the 475. So we'll just run through it. And as it is, you know, we're in 2019 now. So, okay, so we're starting at the front. We have the plastic molded handles, which is standard across the range in the front and back. These we had designed and made purposely for our kayaks, you know, exactly what we sort of felt suited them. Moving backwards from that, we've taken away the old, on the Pro Fisha range, the old, you know, what we call paddle rubber, and we've changed it to a clear vinyl. So it's a vinyl patch, same concept to prevent the scratching on the kayak. So nice clear vinyl, no logo stick underneath, looks nice and sweet. Okay, then moving back to the rest of the kayak, standard, as you see with the original Pro Fisha range, fish hatch, all the rest, you know, rod chute, all the rest is the same. One of the latest additions to the Pro Fisha range obviously is the built-in live well across the range. So between your legs we have the built-in live well system. Beauty, like we say, of this is you have operating between your legs the whole time. One of the things that this does is when the live well is operated and you have water in it, obviously it increases the stability of the kayak as well. You know, it lowers your center of gravity slightly, just adds a little bit more stability to the kayak, just because it has a bit of water in it. So hatch between your legs, used as a live well. You do have the option obviously of, you know, blocking the bungs or closing the holes and just using it as an extra dry hatch or storage hatch if you want to, but the concept is the live well design. Okay, then we move to the back. Standard in the Pro Fisha range, the four handles, the rear hatch, and everything else pretty much standard than before. So when you look at the Pro Fisha range, because we have the three models, you might say to yourself, well, which one is suited to me? Okay, so the answer to that question is pretty simple when I look at it. There's three things you've got to look at. Firstly, number one, what are you looking for? In terms of, are you looking for speed, or are you looking for a lightweight kayak? Are you fishing just behind the back line, or are you paddling long distances? Okay, so if you simply put, you're looking for the shortest, most compact, lightest kayak you can find, and you're not paddling and traveling long distances, then that's where the 475 slots into the equation. My experience over the years is a lot of the countries and a lot of the places where we sell the kayaks or where the guys use them, storage can be a problem. So a 575 kayak will not fit inside your garage or maybe your carport or place where you store your car, whereas a 475 will. So the popularity of the smaller kayak in some of the countries or some of the areas is purely because they need a kayak that can place to store it. So although they'd like a longer kayak, they just need a slightly smaller, shorter, compact kayak because it's easier to store, easier to put away, and of course, a smaller kayak means a little bit lighter. So the 475 is the lightest in the range, and obviously the smallest and most compact. The 525 is the slightly longer one. The funny story about the 525 and how it actually originated was one of our international markets, the guy said he couldn't fit his 575 in the garage, but he wanted something longer than the 475, and that's where the 525 came about. So instead of just making it exactly the same, we added a few more features to the 525, and that being obviously the extra width to give it a little bit more stability and other concepts around the Pro Fisha range. But that's where the 525 actually came from and slotted into the market. So the 525, like we say, is the between of the two. Then another thing is speed. If you're a speed freak and you want this kayak that's going to go the fastest and get you from A to B in the fastest, the longer your kayak, the faster you go. You know, it's proven time and again, nothing will touch the 575 in the speed. It is designed for that. It's a speed freak. It's obviously got a slightly less of a rocker than the other two in the Pro Fisha range, which gives it a little bit more speed and waterline length, so makes it a little bit faster. So that's where the 575 comes in. Longer, faster. 525, between the two, it was the gap filler. Still fits inside your carport. Still a little bit lighter than the 575, not much. A little bit heavier than the 475. 475, something nice and small and light, perfect for the compact fisherman. So that's the big difference between the three kayaks in the range. As I said, the features are standard. We do have walkthrough videos on the kayaks, you know, on the YouTube channel where you can walk through and have a closer look at the features. But what I wanted to do today was just touch on, you know, the three kayaks in the Pro Fisha range, and of course some of the updates over the last 6 years. Live well, molded handles, fish hatch. We've improved the fish hatch slightly. It's not something I can show you on the video, but in the models the fish hatch has obviously changed. A few features have changed, like the rod shoot is slightly bigger or the rod shoot is slightly wider, which obviously, like I say, is very difficult to show in the video, but it's a couple of the other things we've done in the range to enhance or improve the Pro Fisha range. So there we have it. That's our Pro Fisha range and where we are in 2019. I'm sure it'll keep evolving and changing as we go along. There's a couple of nice ideas in the pipeline that we hope to introduce next year, but for now, this is everything and more you need.